All right, let's check out this Honda XR650L that we just got wired up. Came in to get these pod lights wired. We ended up doing quite a bit more, so let's check it out. Key on. We got backlights on the pods and a daytime running light on the headlight. Low beam on, high beam on. That daytime running light stays on all the time. We can turn our pods on with a separate switch. No headlight, low beam, high beam. So we got all this stuff working for them. The way that the turn signals and the headlight were wired in before was causing them some issues, so we cleaned up a whole bunch of grounds, cleaned up all the splices for the turn signals. So we got left turn, right turn. So let's turn everything on here and show you. It's all wired with a relay, so we turn the key off, everything's dead. Also got a USB port back here on a switch with a voltmeter and a port for his heated helmet. All right, let's show you a view from the cockpit. Turn our key on. Pods on and off. USB with a voltmeter on and off. Keep those both on. And when we kill the key, it all dies. Let's take the plastics off and take a look at some of the details here. So, this is our new switch panel here. 3D printed that up. So we got one switch for the USB, one switch for the pod lights. That's got a nice Deutsch connector here so that this whole fairing can come off, no problem. All the wires are labeled here. Also cleaned up the headlight wiring, so we just got these two little plugs here. So 3 plugs, this fairing is gone. So behind the headlight here, we cleaned up a whole bunch of wiring. There was a whole series of splices in the grounds that was causing some resistance that I was chasing down. That was definitely going to cause some issues. So we got that all cleaned up. And also kind of cleaned up some splices that were failing for the turn signals and got that all squared away. Cleaned up the headlight wiring. Got everything loomed, zip tied, and tidied up. So once we got that done, I ran a new power feed from the battery up to the headlight area here. So let's take a look at that. So down at the battery, we got one of these nice automotive style fuse holders. So no excess splices. Also cleaned up the pigtail for the trickle charger. That new power feed that we ran comes through a nice new grommet. It's loomed up. There's a ground to the factory grounding point that's underneath the seat here. Got the seat back on, so we can't really show that. So that comes up underneath the tank following the factory harness. Comes up underneath the fender here. And then that feeds into this box here. So we installed that. I'm going to pop this cover off so you can kind of see. So inside here we got a relay. So that battery power is controlled via this relay through the key switch. So all the circuits in here are dead unless the key's on. And then we got 4 new accessory circuits. One of them is this 3 amp here is for a heated visor. This 5 amp here is for the USB. This other 5 amp here is for the daytime running lights and the backlight feature on these pods. And this 10 amp is for the pods themselves. So the wiring for that heated visor, I think previously was actually tied to the headlight, so if the high beams were on, that would turn off, so rewired that. The daytime running lights were also tied to the low beams, so when the high beam would turn on, the daytime running lights would turn off, so fix that. And then again, the USB and the pod lights are going down to our switch panel here in the cowl. So this thing's ready to go.